Pow and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. My name is of course Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram. Today our Marvel Legends reviews continue with this brand new SP/DR Builder Figure Wave. Now again, special thanks to the people at Marvel Legends UK for sorting me out with this full wave so I can review it for you guys. That's Luke and Bobby. Much appreciated, my friend. Go and check out their website, and of course on Facebook, check out the Facebook group Marvel Legends UK. So today we're looking at Elektra, a very much requested review. The first time we're getting her in comic form for a while. I think she come in a 2-pack a long time ago, in maybe the end of the Toy Biz days. But it's nice that Hasbro have finally give us a comic version update of Elektra to go with our many Daredevils we've had. And she's looking very good. I like the original Elektra logo there. I'm assuming they're using that in the comics at the moment. She comes with 2 sides, and of course that big arm there is the Build-A-Figure piece. So let's have a look at the box. You get a picture on the side as always. You get some promo art, a little write-up, and then of course you get a list of all the figures in this wave you need to complete the SPDR Build-A-Figure. Today we're reviewing Elektra. So yeah, very much looking forward to opening up her and adding her to my comic sort of Defenders Street shelf. And yeah, let's open her up. Pow, and here she is out of the box. And to be fair, first impressions of this are really good. When I think of the character Elektra, this is the iconic comic book look that I think of. Of course, she is a Frank Miller creation. And yeah, really like this look. Very accurate to the comics, I think. She has had other looks, of course, but this look is if not spot on, then very close to how she originally sort of appeared in the comics of Elektra. This middle piece is like a separate skirt piece, and then she's got her attire on underneath. I can see, obviously, people maybe making customs of Psylocke out of this, but we are getting a new Psylocke, so why would you want to do that? Just hold on a couple more months. No interchangeable head, so this is the only head we get with her, so it's just a very bland expression, but decent face sculpt, I think. She's got her bandana on. And yeah, these red pieces are just painted on, of course, and the boots again just painted on, so no sculpting detail at all on the figure. It is just red paint painted over, probably skin tone plastic, but the hair is quite long. You can see the bandana, separate plastic pieces, but it is obviously attached to the head. They're just separate. And yeah, she's looking all right. As I said, this is her iconic look, so I'm very happy with it. She's going to be standing on my shelf, probably next to Daredevil anyway. So she comes with some accessories, so let's go through them. Of course, she comes with a Build-A-Figure piece for the Spider Build-A-Figure. Going to be reviewing him last. I think this is his foot. So obviously subscribe to the channel, check out the playlist. I've reviewed some figures in this wave already, and I always end on the Build-A-Figure. So subscribe and come back, and I'll tell you about him when I get to it. She also comes with 2 size that she stole from Raphael. Talking about that, I managed to get hold of one of those NECA box sets, so very happy about that. But yep, she comes with 2 size that I'm assuming she can hold. She's got similar hands to the Elektra from the Daredevil wave, where it's like those side holding hands where I'm assuming you put the knife through the fingers. I don't know how well you can see that. If I zoom in and try and focus, do you see what I mean? You can put the fingers in between the blades. So I'll zoom back out. So yeah, and then this hand is just a normal grip holding hand. So again, annoyingly, this woman is a master assassin, of course, so she's going to need to be very dynamic, but it's Marvel Legends, so no double jointed elbows, but they do go to 90, I suppose, so 90 is better than nothing, so that's as far as they go, which is very frustrating. Marvel, Hasbro refused to give us double jointed female figures for aesthetic reasons, I believe. I think that is genuinely their only reason. So out of all the characters, you'd expect a ninja assassin to be able to have double jointed elbows, but unfortunately not. But I'm sure the creative people out there could either give her double jointed elbows or even just get her into some dynamic poses anyway. But yeah, she's looking really good, people. I like her a lot. She will stand out on your shelf. Very accurate looking Elektra. So this would be the opportunity to sort of say, if you don't know who Elektra is, let's ask the question, shall we? Elektra, who is she? This is the part of the video where we ask the question, who is she? And I try and give you a little bit of information about the character this figure is inspired by. So, Elektra, who is she? Real name Elektra Nachos debuted in Daredevil 168 in January of 1981. Elektra is a long-time love interest of Daredevil, but due to her mercenary history and her violent nature, it always drives the two apart. She is a highly trained assassin of Greek descent, with the sai being her trademark weapon of choice. She was trained by the Stick, the same person who trained Daredevil, but ultimately teamed with the mystical ninja organization known as the Hand. She was later killed by Bullseye. Spoiler. There you go, so I hope that helped. Again, I do not claim to be an expert, but it is nice to have a little bit of information about the characters these figures are inspired by. So before I get into some comparisons, let me just take this off the tripod and show you a closer look at Elektra's head sculpt. I do think she stands apart from other figures on your shelf. Obviously it's a new head sculpt, so I don't think she looks similar, but not the same as other figures, and sometimes that's an issue with Hasbro, as a lot of the female figures just look like one person in cosplay. That's what Sharhammer says, and he's not wrong. But no, the skin tone I think is right. She's a bit more exotic, of course, and yeah, she's looking good. And as mentioned, all this red on her is just painted onto the plastic, so it is a very simple mold. And the only separate piece is this skirt piece. Of course, there's Elektra's butt, but yeah, I'm assuming Psylocke will look very much similar to this, but in purple and not red. So yeah, the camera's being dodgy, so let's zoom back out. And let's get into some comparisons. So here we have it compared to, of course, Matt Murdock, Daredevil. This is from the Defenders box set, I believe. And then, of course, this is her murderer, as Bullseye did actually kill the original Elektra in the comics, which broke Matt's heart. But yeah, this is Bullseye. So these three have a lot of history in the comics. And just for comparison, next to another female figure, let's bring in another character from that Defenders box set. And this is, of course, Jewel, aka Jessica Jones. So yeah, she stands at about the same height as an average female figure. Now here's Elektra compared to some of those articulated icon ninjas that cost me a bomb, by the way, to get in the UK. But obviously in the comics, she's part of the Hand. She's always running around with ninjas. So I thought, how does she look? And she's exactly the same height as these ninjas, so they scale perfectly. I know you can get red versions of these ninjas, but I only got the black ones. So I may be very tempted to go and get some red ninjas now, just to have her standing next to a couple of sidekick ninjas that she could take on some missions with her. But yeah, these are going to look really good together. I do think those articulated icons are available to buy right now. I think they're about $40, but shipping to the UK is a nightmare. And there's so many figures coming out at the minute, I don't know if I can afford any more. But if you do want some ninjas to go with your Elektra, and you want red, black or white ones, then yeah, check out Articulated Icons. No plug, but if they want to send me some free ones, carry on. Yeah, she's looking really, really good. And lastly, here's Elektra compared to the only other figures in this wave that I've reviewed so far, with Cloak and Dagger, which I've reviewed together, Doc Ock, and of course Scarlet Spider. So go and check out the videos tab on my channel, as I have done reviews of all of these, the rest of the wave to come. So obviously subscribe to the channel, check out the playlist. But don't these two look really good together? That's Scarlet Spider and Elektra. Have they been on any mission together in the comics? Because they could probably join the Thunderbolts with that red. But yeah, they're looking good. Really solid wave so far, people. And we're probably about halfway through it now, including the Build-A-Figure. And yeah, this wave is looking really, really good. So let me move all these out of the way. And as I say, final thoughts. Very happy to have a comic book Elektra in the collection to stand next to my Matt Murdock on my sort of street hero shelf. And yeah, she's looking really good, people. Very happy to have her. I think you're going to be happy with her as well. I know a few customizers will probably want to change a few bits because the articulation might not be there, but it's just standard female articulation for a figure. So you get what you expect for Marvel Legends, I suppose, but I'm happy all the same. So as I've said, please, please, please subscribe to the channel. It would be much appreciated. And once again, shout out to Marvel Legends UK for making these reviews possible. Much appreciated, people. And of course, I will see you on the next one.